Like and subscribe to support the channel. Donations welcome.
Understanding the intricacies of election laws and processes is crucial for informed civic engagement. While the right to vote is paramount, the mechanics of how elections are conducted and regulated significantly impact the fairness and efficacy of the democratic process. This section will unpack the legal framework governing elections in the United States, addressing campaign finance, the roles and responsibilities of election officials, and dispelling common myths surrounding the electoral system. Campaign finance regulations, designed to ensure transparency and prevent undue influence in elections, are a complex and often controversial area of law. The Federal Election Campaign Act, FECA, of 1971, along with various amendments and court interpretations, attempts to balance free speech rights with the need to prevent corruption and the appearance of corruption. FECA regulates contributions to and expenditures by candidates for federal office, political parties, and political action committees, PACs. It establishes limits on individual and group contributions, mandates disclosure requirements, and prohibits certain types of contributions, such as those from foreign nationals. The Supreme Court's decision in Buckley v. Valeo, 1976, significantly shaped the landscape of campaign finance law, upholding restrictions on campaign contributions, but striking down limits on campaign expenditures, reasoning that such limits infringed on free speech rights. This decision led to the rise of independent expenditure groups, which can spend unlimited amounts of money to support or oppose candidates, as long as they do not coordinate directly with the campaigns. Subsequent court cases, including Citizens United v. Federal Election Commission, 2010, further broadened the scope of independent expenditures, leading to increased spending in elections and raising concerns about the influence of money in politics. The Citizens United decision sparked a significant debate about the role of money in politics, with critics arguing that it has allowed wealthy donors and corporations to exert undue influence on elections. Proponents, on the other hand, maintain that the decision protects free speech and that limiting campaign spending would stifle political discourse. The ongoing debate surrounding campaign finance reform continues to shape legal and political battles, with ongoing efforts to amend FECA and implement alternative regulatory approaches. State-level campaign finance laws also vary significantly, creating a complex patchwork of regulations across the country. Beyond campaign finance, the role of election officials is vital to the integrity of the electoral process. These officials, at the federal, state, and local levels, are responsible for administering elections, registering voters, maintaining voter rolls, and ensuring the fair and accurate counting of ballots. Their responsibilities encompass a wide range of tasks, from overseeing voter registration drives to conducting audits of election results. The qualifications, responsibilities, and powers of election officials vary across jurisdictions, but their common goal is to ensure the smooth and transparent execution of elections. The impartiality and competence of election officials are crucial to maintaining public trust in the electoral process. Allegations of bias or incompetence can undermine public confidence and lead to challenges to election results. Measures to ensure the professionalization of election administration, including providing adequate training, resources, and oversight, are essential for preserving the integrity of elections. Independent oversight bodies and audits of election procedures can play a significant role in promoting transparency and accountability. Common misconceptions about the electoral system frequently arise, often fueled by misinformation and partisan rhetoric. One common misconception is the belief that voter fraud is widespread and significantly impacts election outcomes. While instances of voter fraud do occur, studies consistently demonstrate that it is exceedingly rare and does not affect the outcome of elections. Claims of widespread voter fraud often lack evidence and are used to justify restrictive voting laws that can disproportionately affect certain groups of voters. Another frequent misconception concerns the accuracy of voting machines and electronic voting systems. While concerns about the security and reliability of voting machines are legitimate, Rigorous testing and safeguards are in place to ensure the accuracy of election results. The use of paper trails and post-election audits helps to verify the accuracy of electronic voting systems, mitigating the risk of errors or manipulation. The continued development and implementation of secure voting technologies are crucial to maintaining public trust in the electoral process. The process of recounting votes, often requested in close elections, is another area where misconceptions can arise. Recounts are governed by state law, and the procedures vary across jurisdictions. While recounts can sometimes change the outcome of an election, they are typically conducted under strict supervision to ensure accuracy and fairness. The statistical likelihood of a recount significantly altering the outcome of an election, except in exceptionally close races, is relatively low. Finally, the role of the Electoral College in presidential elections is frequently misunderstood. The Electoral College is a system where presidential electors, chosen by each state, cast votes for president, rather than a direct popular vote. This system has been a source of debate, with critics arguing that it can lead to a president being elected without winning the popular vote. While this has occurred on several occasions, the Electoral College remains a fundamental component of the U.S. presidential election process. Understanding election laws and processes is essential for informed participation in the democratic process. By dispelling common misconceptions and appreciating the complexities of campaign finance regulations and the roles of election officials, citizens can become more effective advocates for election reform and contribute to a more fair and transparent electoral system. The ongoing evolution of election laws and technologies necessitates a continuous effort to stay informed and engage in constructive dialogue about improving the democratic process. The preservation of a robust and accessible electoral system is a shared responsibility, demanding active engagement from citizens, election officials, and policymakers alike.
Like and subscribe for more content.